So I got my 140 millimeter fan in the mail, and I'm going to put it at the rear of this case. If I was smarter, I'd probably put the fan closer to the VRMs on the side. Then it could pull air from away from VRMs, but there's 140 millimeter mounting holes on the back. I'm going to try that first and see if it does any difference, and probably not move the fan again. And you don't need to watch me unbox it because there's tons of unboxing videos, and I'm just testing it with an A520 motherboard. So this is my airflow intake from the front fan down on the CPU cooler and the VRMs and out the back. So when nothing is running, the hottest VRM temperature I can get is about 27 degrees Celsius. It fluctuates a little bit. And I'm going to run Cinebench 2024 on the full core test to see how hot these VRMs go. And it's like a 10-minute test. And I remember at the start of last time it wasn't that hot at the start, but it got hot later on, so it's already got a bit hotter. (29 degrees Celsius). It's a bit cooler than I think before, but we'll see. I went off a cold boot this time. 28, 35, 39, 41. Oh, it's cooling him off a bit. Before last time it went up to 75.4 degrees Celsius. And it kept climbing. And I have everything set to auto voltages in the BIOS. I'm not undervolting anymore. I think it's not worth the performance loss. There we go, 44 it jumped to, but then it went back down. Yeah, too bad these VRMs don't have a temperature sensor on them. Then I wouldn't have to use this gun. So I'm pointing at the motherboard, getting surface temperature only. Staying in the 30s for a while here. I'm just going back and forth between VRMs. Oh, there's the hot spot. But it's dipping, it goes down. It seems to spike. There's 40 degrees Celsius. These are good temperatures. Looks like they cooled down because the fans are speeding up as well. So both fans are running at the same speed because I got a splitter on the CPU header fan. And that's not ideal. I'd rather have the exhaust fan a little bit slower than the CPU fan, but so it's not competing. But there's not enough fan headers on this motherboard to have a separate system fan. I'm already using one system fan for the front. And they're both identical fans, so they should work fine with the splitter anyways. Oh, that was not right. There you go, 34. 57, I found a hot spot. Seems like that's the hot spot. Or they just jumped by 20 degrees Celsius right away. Yeah, they all jumped. I'm traveling along the line of VRMs. Seems like they all jumped. Then as the CPU temperature goes up, the fans go faster. So it's sucking more air around the VRMs and pushing more air down too. There's 50, there's a hot spot. But it doesn't stay that hot for very long. It seems to cool down right away. And if it stayed in the 40s and the 50s, I'd be happy with that. But I know it's going to get hotter. I hope not, but it might. $53 again. Oh, now it's up to 63. Now I can't escape the 50s. They're all around 50 to 49. Some VRMs get hotter than the others, I think. Because I moved a centimeter over to the other one, it's 30 some, and this one's like 60. There we go, now that's like 60. That's still a good temp. I don't know how long we've been running it for. A couple of minutes. There's 60 degrees again. And again, this is different than a closed case environment because I got the roof off, which you can do with this motherboard, which is kind of nice for checking the thermals on the VRMs if you don't got sensors. 65 it went up to. 66, 64. Let me see if I can find the hot spot again. 65, 66. So I can't escape the 50s anymore, 40s, it's high 40s. And 60 right there. It's not done yet, so will it hit 75 like last time without the fan, or will it stay cooler by 10 degrees? I think the fan is helping. It must do something. And I'm curious what the CPU temperature is now, but I can't do two things at the same time. I got hardware info running in the background, so I'll see max CPU temp. And before I used to max out at 79.4. Almost 80. But with a fan it might be going cooler, sucking out all the fan hot air from the CPU. Looks like the fans have slowed down. I'm not done the test yet. My room temperature is actually not that bad. I don't keep it 21 degrees Celsius. It's usually a bit cooler in my house, so that can affect it too. But not by much. It's all in the fans of the case. Okay, the VRMs are cooling down, so the test must be over with. And I peaked at around 65. And I'm back down to the 30s. I think it's done. And yes, it is. I scored 787 on the score. $787. And CPU temperature is a lot lower now. Maxed out at CPU package, maxed out at 68. And that's the same as up there. 68 CPU T die. So I cooled down by 10 degrees Celsius, and my VRMs are also cooler. And that was a good purchase, I guess, adding an exhaust fan. And tonight I'll be putting in a video card that can max it out. I'll be putting in a 7900 XT and running games. And then we'll see the temperatures of the CPU. Right on the screen, I'll have it set up. And yeah, so I got a 10 degree it used to go up to 79 without that fan, and now it's 68. That was good. Okay, it does help.